Hey everyone, welcome to this sketchbook tour. I'm not going to have a whole spiel. I want to get right into it because this is a pretty thick sketchbook. This is Art Creations, Royal Talents sketchbook, and I just have an RNF little sticker here. Okay, so the backstory about this sketchbook is I started it for thumbnailing and pencil sketches of illustrations, which I still plan on using one day maybe. But so that's why I started the book. Like, this was supposed to be an image for a birthday card with the 5 dogs here, and it says Happy Roof Day. If you can see that. Happy Roof Day. I thought it was cute. Anyway, so I started this book in March of 2025, March 17th. Almost a year ago, almost. And I actually finished it in February, but I forgot, to film. But anyway, so this is one illustration, and I'm just going to thumb through the pencil sketches because they're kind of light anyway. You can't see them. So this was something else from I think a Skillshare class. An illustrator by the name of Dylan. I followed her Patreon for a while. And so this was me brainstorming about what I like to draw and what I wanted to draw. And these were just some of the things that I was brainstorming about and kind of made a little mind map here. Yep, random cat sketches. Yeah, random. I think I was following a reference for these. Some food sketches for illustration. And I found, you know what? I was like, I find so much joy and pleasure in just sketching in a graphite pencil. And I'm like, why did I buy all these colored pencils when I am really enjoying graphite and the smudge of it and just the whole thing? And then if I want to color, I like how when you put like let's say a Tombow or something over something and it kind of smudges the graphite a little bit. See that? I like all of that. And I'm like, why did I buy all of these different pencils, colored pencils? It's just, I think I'm going to start giving away my art supplies that I don't use. All right, so cafe. The theme was cafe sketch. Yeah, that was someone's head actually that I made pink. And then some food illustrations I was putting together. Yep, more food. The theme was bakery. Breakfast. More like kitchen stuff. Recipes. I really love this image. I drew this with watercolor pencils, I believe. And this bruschetta from one of my recipe books. And just more sketches of food. Oh, Spirited Hands. This is my logo, my company logo, Spirited Hands. I was sketching, because I made the logo myself. And yeah, here was like some brainstorming about spirited hands and trying to figure out what I wanted the logo to look like. But I'll pop up the final one here. And guys, I do have a channel, a second channel, Spirited Hands, where I do tarot readings and I do sound healing, and I'm gonna start doing distant Reiki sessions. So check it out. I'll have it linked in the description. Go on over and take a look. Okay, yes. So here we go. This is a landscape. And I remember that I think I used some Derwent blocks with that, the Inktense blocks with that. This too. And definitely all of this is water soluble, but I'm just not sure which product. Was it Neocolor 2s or Derwent Inktense blocks or Derwent pencils, watercolor pencils? I don't know. But it's a pretty decent landscape. I liked it. I like this. Okay. Next, this is done with acrylic paint. Yeah. Yep. All of this is acrylic paint. I like the colors that I used here. I was very happy with the way this turned out. Another sketch. This was from a picture of Scotland, in Scotland, that my sister-in-law sent me when she went to Scotland. I think it was last year. Yeah, in 2025, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. And ooh, paper's thick. Okay, another abstract landscape, done with acrylic paint. I like this. I like how the colors are working so nicely together. Ooh, this is inspiring me right here. I sometimes get inspired by my own work when I go back and look, and that's helpful. I think all artists should do that. Go back and look at your own work and admire it and get inspiration from it. Okay, so another abstract. This was around the time where I was really leaning to abstract work and learning abstract painting, and just doing it, not knowing what I'm doing, just playing around. So here's some abstract flowers, acrylic paint, and I was really also leaning into all of my acrylic paints that I have. So, you know, I was in my painting era. So acrylic paint, palette knife, and fan brush. And this was in July. Nice. I always love a pink and green combo. Love it. Okay, here is more flowers. And I'm pretty sure this was from a reference photo that I took myself. I am pretty sure. More abstraction. This was like where I was playing around with negative space, like leaving spaces, you know, white with no paint. Yeah, so I kind of like it. Yeah, leaving more negative space up there, and I mixed the colors here a lot. I was using a scraper. I remember this. Oh, I was using a credit card, an old credit card that I used to scrape paint. And yes, that's what I was using. I like the way it came out. More abstracts. I did, and you know, a little abstract grid, which came out pretty good. I liked it. I like this, the way the ochre is over here, yellow ochre. I like that. That was August. Another landscape. I love this. I absolutely love that. And it turned out that way accidentally, not even, I was just like, but when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, it looks like a highway. and then I fell in love with it. Playing with colors. This, I'm pretty sure this is Gansai, Japanese watercolors, Kuretake Gansai. These colors. I was playing around with that. More abstract grids. This is with acrylic paint and oil pastels. Then more abstracting and mark making. This is probably a marker, a black marker of some sort, and watercolor. I know this is either watercolor or gouache. Yeah, more watercolor or gouache. No, you know what? This was gouache. This was gouache, and then this was watercolor, the blue, because I used the Daniel Smith watercolor stick. I dipped it in water and then I just did that. And then everything else is gouache. I don't know what I was going for here. This is a landscape, actually, but it looks like an apocalyptic landscape. With these bare trees. Yeah. Gouache, watercolor, whatever. Some sort of crayon, pastel. Maybe I was using paint sticks. Seems like it. All right. I want to say this was a drawing session. I don't remember which or whose. Or maybe I used a reference. I definitely used a reference. Yeah, it was a drawing session. I think it was Natalia's. Anyway, this gouache crayon on top. And I like how this came out as well. Can you tell that I needed to get some aggressions out that day? Yep. And more aggression. More. Ooh. Okay. So now we're going into the figure part of the sketchbook, where I was playing around with figures and learning how to draw figures, basically. So here's some examples. This was a tempera. I usually say paint stick, but I should really say tempera stick, because that's what it is. I'm confusing people. Yeah, so I used tempera sticks, and then I outlined it with a pencil, graphite pencil. Simple. Same thing here. This was tempera sticks. Yeah, this is just a graphite sketch. Goddess and her child. More tempera sticks. Yep. I like this. I like how that came out. That came out cool. This came out. I'm like, what is wrong with her face? Why did I do that? This was, I was redrawing. This is, I actually have an digital illustration in Procreate that I made in Procreate, and this is what it is. I'll show you guys the digital one here. And I was drawing this based on that. It's not exact, but that was the inspiration. This is acrylic paint, and I was being really messy, playing around with being really messy, but at the same time wanting it to look like flowers, you know? So that's what I got. Okay. I was, like I mentioned earlier, I was really liking working with just graphite pencil, and this was on top of ink pens. You know, ones like this. Yeah. See, that was the one. So yeah. I should really use that. All right, next page. Okay, I remember this, and I remember just wanting, I was just like getting frustrations out. Hey, it works for me. Okay, messy flowers again, but this I really love. I really, really love how this came out. The colors just like ooze. All right, more weird abstracts here. This is sort of like an urban, it's not finished because I didn't finish it, but I was going for the, you know, an urban landscape. Oh my god, these are so ugly. Watercolor and tempera sticks. This was some sort of black ink pen. More ugly abstracts. Yes. What did I write here? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I needed to release some stress. All right, more weird abstracts. This one is not too weird. Urban landscape unfinished. Flowers. This was done with I just love a page of flowers like that. This was done with oil pastel. This again, oil pastel. And then more figures. Yep. Another weird abstract. More tempera stick, oil pastel creations. That was a self-portrait of myself. A self-portrait of myself. Okay. I feel silly now. Okay. Ocean flowers. All painted with, I'm going to say gouache. Yep, gouache. Tempera stick. Black tempera stick. More black tempera stick and graphite pencil. Oh, I think this is an ink thingy. I think this is that. Oh, yeah, I was on this black and white kick for a hot minute. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I'll be going through it artistically. Okay, more figures. This is so messy and I love it. This is a urban landscape and it's so wacky. I love it. More figures. It's like I was flipping back and forth between landscapes or some sort of abstract and figures and flowers. Watercolor, definitely. And it was the Kuretake palette. I don't know which one. Okay, scribble session. This was in November. More weird, funky abstracts. Flower head, Lady. Weird looking people with no clothes on. And pears and still life. I was like, oh, I miss doing still life. Let me do something. This was with others. I drew that. Two weird earth women coming out of the earth. And that, my friend, is it. That was fun. So anyway, so that is the sketchbook. Let me know which spread you liked or which spread inspired you. I would love to know in the comments. If you're new here, thank you for subbing. I think I got quite a few new subscribers and I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna leave you guys here and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.